Hi, it's John here from the Nail School and Beauty Academy. These training hands are really good for practicing your nails on, but there seems to be a little bit of a problem with them, and that's the fact that these tips which you buy and you put them onto the finger like this, press it twice. What we find is that when you try to apply a tip to here, it won't stick. Now, if you're having that problem, it's most annoying because it just means that you just can't use the item. Now, Essential Nails do a special glue which I bought and tried, and it still doesn't stick them on. So we need to find a way of actually sticking the tips onto here so they don't come off when you start to file, or they just won't stick. So basically, what I've done here is I've just filed them down to the length that I want them to be, and I've just blocked over them. And you think by blocking over it, it would actually, taking the shine off, you think that would be enough to allow it to stick. Well, it still doesn't stick. The glue kind of reacts with the plastic, and it just doesn't set. So what I found a way to do it is you get some acrylic, and you don't want it too wet, and you just go onto here and you just put some right onto the tip here like this. Just take that extra moisture out your brush, just tap it round a little bit, and then just brush that back into the surface of the nail. Try to keep it on there as smooth as possible. Then I'm just going to go to the back, put a tiny bit here, and then just brush that out so that we get a coating on the nail. I'll go on to my next one. Put some onto the tip, dry my brush a little bit, then pat that out. And then just brush that backwards into the nail. So we get a thin coat on there. We don't want a thick coat. And we're not doing acrylic nails as you would do in your, when you start doing them, as proper nails, when you've got tips on and so on. Also, you get some tips in your pack that have got like a piece missing out the back, and that's like to train you to do infills and so on. Well, I think you've got too many of these in your pack, so you obviously want to use them up. So just fill them in with a bit of acrylic, and then you'll be able to use them for doing other things. So there we go. I've spread now a thin layer of acrylic over all of these nails, and I'm going to let that dry now, because then I want to just block it over and then apply my tip, and let's see how they stick once this is dry. So I'll come back in a few minutes. So I've let that set now on the actual nails, and I'm just going to just buff over it lightly like this. Make sure it's all even. Then I'm just going to get some alcohol, which is isopropyl, and I'm just going to wipe those nails over with some isopropyl. which will evaporate away quite quickly. And then I'm just going to have a go at sticking these tips on. So, let's get a tip out. We need to find one that's going to fit. You will find these tips quite wide actually, so you will have to go to sort of wider tips. So that's about right, I think. Does it need tailoring? No, it's about right. So I'm going to get my glue here, and I'm using just a normal nail glue. I'm just going to get my glue onto the actual tip well, fill the well up with glue, spread it round, then I'm going to apply the tip to the well and just hold it in position while it sets. Now you will probably find that you have to hold it a little bit longer than you will on a natural nail. I usually think probably up to about 30 seconds. Now already it's stuck fast already, so I'm just going to check these little edges here that they are stuck down. And if I give that a little tug, it's definitely stuck solid. So there you go, that goes to prove that it does work. And that tip's not going to come off when I start filing it. So let's get another one. There's maybe a smaller one, maybe. Here. Just check the edges. Maybe it needs a little bit off there. Let's just check it again. Actually a bit off that side. Okay, get my glue, put it on into the well, spread that round, right into the corners, slide it down the finger, find the edge, and then just hold it for, as I said, up to 30 seconds. Make sure there's no air bubbles trapped underneath that tip. Give it a little tug, yeah, it seems to be sticking quite well. Let's give it a bit longer. You will need to apply pressure from below and above. Make sure these corners are stuck down. Don't let your skin touch the glue anywhere, otherwise you'll be stuck to it. There's another one really stuck fast, that's not going to come off. There you go, very good. So this one here, let's find a tip for that. Is this too wide? Yeah, it's too wide. No, it just needed a little bit rounding off on the top because it was a bit pointy for the tip I'm going to apply. Just make sure that it's dusted off. Get my tip. Yeah, that's lovely. So I'm just going to get my glue again, stick it on. Slide down, find the edge, bend my thumb, stick it on. And don't let that air creep in at the front. Hold it, pressure from below, pressure from above. And they pretty well stick instantly, to be honest, on the top of this acrylic. Very pleased with that. Stuck, see it's stuck. So just catch your little wings at the sides. There we are, all stuck on. So the test is what happens when you start filing them. So let's just cut this off. So there we've cut it short there, well shorter there. And I'm going to file up the sides just to check. I usually run the file along my finger like this so that we keep control of the file. If I let go, the file just stays where it is. And then I'll go over the top of this thumb here. Like that. And I just need to go across my end, and I'm using the smooth side of the file here because I don't want to make it too jerky. I'll just take some of these corners off, I think, just to make it a little bit rounder. Now I can just flick out the bits from underneath. And before, when I did this before, what happened was the tip just came off in my fingers. So that's a good test, that is. Now once I've done that, I'll just go over all the tip with my block. Now I can get my electric file, switch it on, and we're going to use this on a very slow speed. I'm going to push it 45 degrees to the nail plate so that I can just pull that edge here towards myself, working my way along that join line. Now when we're doing blending in, we must be very careful we're not touching the natural nail. We're only filing the plastic tip. And what I like about these hands, you can turn them round on the actual wrist area, which makes it a lot easier. Now I can just do a bit down the sides here, a bit down this side, just to blend it in a little bit more. Flick over the top. And if I want to, I can get a blend that is absolutely seamless. So when you get a good blend, you see, you can't see the line at all. But you know, most people don't blend to that extreme, really. They may be using a coloured powder or a gel polish on top, but you can get a really nice blend. But the main thing is the tip didn't come off when I started to file it. So if you want to give that a go, just put a very thin layer of acrylic on, buff it all over, then stick your tip on, and you'll find it will stick with normal nail glue. So I hope that was helpful for you. If you have any other kinds of problems, just give me a call or maybe inbox me below. I'm sure I'll be able to help you with something to try and solve your problems. So it's John here from the Nail School and Beauty Academy signing out. See you soon.